KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
10 years later, at age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here. I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to you one day, baby. You're our legacy.
Planning for these disasters will make sure we're safe, and is the best way to protect that legacy.
Protect your legacy. Visit ready.gov/plan for the tools and tips you need to start your emergency preparedness plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
I think it's just vapor. Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
One vape pod has as much nicotine as one pack of cigarettes.
My kid
knows it's dangerous.
5.4 million American kids vape, and most think it's harmless. Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org. That's talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
This is Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score. This is Peter Ferguson BHS LLC, and joined as always on the ones and twos with Harrison on a beautiful Mother's Day Sunday for 2026. I don't think you could ask for anything better. And so, Harrison, you know, you had the family in yesterday, watched the game, and got to celebrate with Mom a little bit.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I say it all the time. It's just great to have family anytime we see them, and that we're all healthy, which, you know, knock on wood, hopefully that keeps going. But it was great to see my mom, and I'll say it now, you know, happy Mother's Day to my mom, Jolene Arns, for those that don't know who my mom's full name is. Just a fantastic mother, and she can't, you know, thank her enough for all the sacrifices and things she did for me, and all the things that she probably never even told me about that she did for me. So shout out to her and all the other mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day. Absolutely go enjoy it. And if you do have a mom, text her, although I'd say call her is probably the better choice, but definitely let them know that you appreciate everything they did for you.
Well, and they're still doing. I think it's one of those kind of cool things when you say the best time of the year. I know we talk about like the crossover of sports. You got NBA, you got softball, you got baseball, you got graduation. But it's really cool that Mother's Day kind of falls right in that because, you know, the celebration. I mean, last week was the marathon, and I thought it was bustling downtown. And then I come around the corner and all the parking spots are full. You see people checking out of the hotel. You see moms, like, you know, the people bringing them in for coffee. And so it is truly one of the best time of the years. As you gave a shout out to your mother, I want to say, you know, I always open up when I speak. I say I'm the son of Howard and Alita Ferguson. And my mom has passed away in 2019, but is still an individual where, you know, I learn more and more kind of each day of all the things that she invested. She was born at a time that there wasn't a lot of opportunities. And I don't say opportunities, just not they were imposed by others, not necessarily opportunities for herself, but did so much. I mean, she was probably the best athlete in our house, in her family. And so, you know, Title IX came into existence, and then, you know, the opportunity she taught for 40 years. And so people who still know her say Miss Ferguson, and impacted grade school individuals. And so in my life, I always say, I'm a coffee can kid, because I grew up waking up in the morning to the smell of Folgers coffee. And so when you say the best part of waking up, she truly was that for me. I have so many other people that have been a part of my life. I mean, I'd be remiss, you know, my wife, Stephanie Emery, who is a 20-plus year educator, and, does early childhood and just simply crushes it all the time, but is patient and also an individual who supports me in this space. I think about, Connie Emery, who's my mother-in-law, and definitely appreciate her. And then, my sister, Felicia Gertkin, who's out in Iowa. I saw the bus go by here a little bit earlier.
Yeah, we didn't put it on camera. I'll say that much.
But she's out in Ponca City, Oklahoma. And so she and her 3 kids are celebrating today. So those are just some initial individuals, but I also want to give a shout out to the in-house mother of 93.7 The Ticket, Rebecca Pearson.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go much further. A lot of this does not exist without her and her support. So many other people I could shout out. But again, if you get the opportunity, just, thank those mothers. I looked up one of the stats. There's over, what was it? I actually had it. It was, let me see how many, I want to say like 2.2 billion mothers in the not in the United States, but across the country. And let me ask you, what do you think the average is spent per mother on gifts? Because it's one of the largest retail days.
The average money spent
per mom.
Per mom. Ooh. Moms are worth it. So I'm gonna say we're gonna go $100.
Oh, you got to go higher than that. We got some guests in the studio. Abe, give me a guess per mom. What do you think the average is spent?
150.
150, Sarah.
Excuse me, 500.
500. Okay, you actually are the closest. $285.
I got to step my game up.
Yeah.
Maybe take it to a nice restaurant.
People like, Pete, what did you spend? The 286. 286. Yeah, it was like, and then like over like 2/3. I think it's like a third of all flowers are bought on that day. So it's just absolutely insane.
Yeah. Well, Pete, let me ask you. I mean, for Mother's Day, like if people are looking like, what's the best thing? And it will help. We'll have actual moms talk about this. But what is a great thing that you see for Mother's Day, like nice acts that always go well and smooth?
In our house, it's probably just listening and just allowing the space. I think allowing the space, because I think so many times, like on this day, stuff is dictated.
Yeah.
I remember my daughter growing up, and we were probably at a tournament, or we were doing something, or we were planning for what was going to go on during the week. And I think if you can just allow that space for anything but really nothing to have to go on, I think that's, to me, is bigger than like any monetary thing that you could probably put forward. Because I think when you're young, it's stuff that's always like, I remember it's like the day is, and it's like, oh, well, we got this on Monday and Tuesday. We got to make sure we get prepared. So the breakfast is great, but you're having to anticipate what else is going on.
Yeah, I think you're totally right. I think it's just the time. Like, can I get all my sons and daughters in the same room with me? Because especially for me, like, it was cool, all of our brothers were obviously all out of school at this point, and none of us are getting any younger, and it's rarer and rarer that we have each other all in that same area. So I think it's just a great time, and make yourself available. Like I said, a phone call is great, but if you can hang out with them in person, that's probably even better. We do got Jordan P on here, and he fits that average pretty close. He spent $420 on his wife. So shout out Jordan B.
Jordan, messing up the curve for everybody else. Jordan, you'll no longer be able to text in. No, in all honesty, in all sincerity, happy Mother's Day. Not only just for the mothers, but those who, I don't want to say have stepped into that role, but also have assumed that role. Sometimes, whether they have known it or not, sometimes people have done those roles and they have served in that capacity for others and they don't even know it. And so, a shout out to them, even if you don't get the official title, because we've all had those individuals in our life. Also, this is a big month. It's graduation month. And so the town was a bustling yesterday with the university graduating. You've got LPS coming up in a couple of weeks. You got the parochial schools. You've got Doane, Concordia, Wesleyan, and we are continuing our string, as you heard earlier, with some guesses on the Mother's Day amount. Sarah crushed it with the 500. So I was like, man, I need to know what you bought, Mom. Mom's out there listening, like 500. Where'd you get 500 from? You ain't even got a day job. But with the graduations, want to give a couple shout outs to those that Corey here that's serving at the mill, graduated yesterday with her undergrad in art. I don't know all the official titles, but that is absolutely awesome. And so she's back here serving it up. So come in up until like 1 o'clock and give her a shout out. Reem Ahmed, who's been on, Zain Salah graduated yesterday, and Zainab Funa, who have all been on the show. But congratulations to all those UNL graduates. And with that switch over. We have got 2 pending class of 2026 graduates in the house. We got, yeah, if Jarrell was here, he'd be like, yeah, clapping and everything else. But siblings, Abe and Sarah, and so glad to have y'all in the studio. How you doing this morning?
Yeah, we're doing good.
Okay. So now they're showing that slight excitement, but they came in. I saw Sarah out there with the green. I thought it was a Packers jersey, and I was like, "You didn't get
too. I got a little nervous.
I was like, "Oh no, you ain't gonna come in here like that." But it is fashionable. It's doing its thing. Abe's booted and suited, and so I appreciate that. But I want to have you all tell us a little bit about who you are. And so I'm going to start with you, Abe. Tell us your journey. Give us a little bit about your journey, who you are, where you've been, where have you gone to school, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. Originally, I was born in West Africa in a country called Sierra Leone, and I went to school there till 3rd grade, I'm pretty sure. And then I came into the U.S. My first school that I went to the U.S. was in North Carolina called Guilford. Was it Guilford? Preparatory Academy. And we stayed there for I think it was only for a year or so. And then we moved on to Georgia, where we have lived for almost all of our life now. We started 4th grade and we moved around freshman year.
Yeah.
Freshman year, but in Georgia we attended we attended an elementary school called Ferguson in 4th grade, and then we transferred to another elementary school in Rosebud Elementary, and then we moved on to a middle school called Grace Snell Middle School, and then we moved on to our high school called South Gwinnett High School, and then we moved to Nebraska a couple of years ago, where we started attending Stanley Bear High School.
Okay, so I like that. So Sarah was doing the kind of fill-ins, okay, yeah, you're like, it's so long ago. Sarah's like, dude, man, come on, get our timeline right and everything. But so you're attending Standing Bear High School. Your sister Sarah, tell us a little bit too about he told us kind of the journey and those type of things. Tell us a little bit about what those moves were like, or the best part. I know Georgia was one that's kind of really stood out to you. What did you like about Georgia?
The people, the diversity, it just felt like a family, like a huge family. You'd find your neighbors would be friendly. You just automatically connect with people. It wasn't hard, or you would ever feel isolated, or I can't make any friends. There's no one here. There's always someone there out for you. So that's what it was like.
See, I love Georgia. So I've been there a couple times. I mean, quite a bit here in the last, 6-7 months. The food. Yeah, see, you gave that right there. Tell me. I mean, Nebraska's got some stuff. Mm-hmm. But tell me, what was your favorite thing about the food in Georgia?
Again, the diversity. They had Jamaican food, which I absolutely loved. They had different culture food that you could try, but my favorite was the Jamaican. Cabbage and fish and rice. And
see, you said that because everybody's like, "Oh, the jerk chicken." No, you said the cabbage, fish, and rice. Yeah. That was on. Okay, most definitely. So, tell us, sir. I'm gonna start with you. Tell us something, people. You talked about your journey and moving and everything else. We're gonna get into who makes up your family.
The school.
Okay, and just like your mom, who else makes up? You got pets or anything else? Tell us.
No, we don't have any pets.
Okay.
We didn't have any pets, but our neighbors, we would hang out and just sit together. I remember 4th of July, we were sparking up some fireworks, and the whole neighborhood, we were just sitting there talking, having food, blasting music, and it just felt really nice.
I love that when you talked about the neighbors make up your family, because traditionally people are like, oh, it's my mom, it's it's the animals and this, that, and the other. So that, Abe, when she talks about your family and it makes up, what is a characteristic that makes that group so unique? When you think about defining what family is, what's a characteristic that needs to exist for family?
I'd say honesty and caring. Mostly when we moved down to Georgia, we didn't really know that much people, but once we left Georgia, we had all these connections, and they all came from just honesty and finding people that cared about our situation and relating to their situation, and we just came together.
And I know I didn't ask you. I asked her about the food. She said that, the cabbage and everything. What about you? What was the piece that you were like, man, Pete, if I could go back, I need that dish right now.
For sure, the Jamaican food. I mostly oxtail is my main thing.
Okay.
Oxtail and jerk chicken. We went to Georgia back this last summer, and we had to make sure to stop at our favorite Jamaican spot, and we for sure grabbed a lot of food.
Okay, give them a shout out. Who knows? They might advertise at 93.7 The Ticket. Have you ever had oxtail, Harrison?
Yeah.
You have? Okay.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
Okay, they need to go ahead and send us up a box or whatever. But what's the favorite spot?
I low-key forgot the name. Is Golden? No.
I don't know.
Okay, we'll look it up. We'll look it up during the break because I want to make sure we go ahead and give them a shout. So, Abe, you've known me for a little bit. One of the things I always ask is people's purpose in 3 words or 1 sentence. And so I'm going to ask both of you, like, Abe, tell me, what is your purpose in 3 words or 1 sentence?
My purpose is to leave a place better than I found it.
What's one thing that you've done? What's one action that you've taken that you feel like you've done that?
Well, coming to Standing Bear as a new high school, I wanted to see a change in myself. So I started to do athletics, which I started off with cross country. I didn't really like that. And then moved on to track and field, which I love. And I've just been helping build a community in track and field and other activities like show choir, and other events. So I find that as like a way of making the community better, leaving it better than I found it.
Love that. And you said like you didn't like cross country. You're kind of one of the second person. I think last week we had Isaac and he was like, I did wrestling.
Yeah.
And he was like, it wasn't really anything I was feeling, but I got into it. Why? Because I think if people think cross country and track and field, they think it's the same thing. And so what is the difference between the two? And then why did you choose to do something, honestly, that you didn't like? Or did you know it when you went in?
Well, we had like this sign up day for school where we had to sign up for a sport, and we only went there for like track and field, but our mom wanted us to do something else. So she signed us up for cross country. And
the power of the pin with mom. There you go.
We started off for cross country, both of us. This was like our first time ever doing any sports. We didn't really do any sports back in Georgia, any place. And it was kind of hard. There's like all these other people have been doing it for like years. And then it's just us, like always at the back, couldn't run a mile or anything. We were just like really struggling. It was kind of embarrassing. But we continued doing it for like, I want to say a month or two. And then we just like finally not really gave up. Our coach gave us the option to like, you have to run. He's not going to put us in a meet until we run like at least a mile.
Okay.
And we went on the track and we ran for like what? You read like how many laps?
Probably one.
Probably one. I think it was like close to like, I think it's like 4 laps equals 1 mile.
Yeah.
And I think I ended up doing like 3 or something. And I got tired, but I didn't want to do cross country by myself. If Sarah wasn't going to do it, I wasn't going to do it either. So I just decided, yeah, that's it.
Okay. So it was a family affair when you went out there and did that. Sarah, tell us a little bit, like other things that you're involved in. Abe talked about like music and cross country, track and field. Tell us about what you've been involved with at Standing Bear and just in middle elementary school.
I was also in cross country, but after that I tried guitar class, which I did really like because I love music. I like playing the guitar. And after that, I joined track and field with Abraham also. And it was going good. I really loved the people there, even though the workouts were hard. Like after the workout, it just felt really nice that you got through that with the people. Everyone was like, "Oh, that was hard, but we got through it." And then, yeah, I really loved the community. It felt like a family doing track, and it was nice.
So you've talked about, and I asked Abe about his purpose. What would you say your purpose is in 3 words or 1 sentence?
Serve people and serve God.
Serve people and serve God. I asked Abe how he does what he does in his purpose. How is that? What's something that you have done, in these years that have that has supported your purpose?
I've got closer to God and stuff. As I've got closer, I've want to help people more. Though I cannot do much right now, I do plan on helping the homeless people. I plan on making some sort of building for homeless people that they can eat for free. And once I've got myself together, live more independently, I plan on doing that. I've been thinking about that for years now. So
Love that. And you said once you get yourself together, I think you coming in here the way you are, putting yourself forward, you're together in so many ways. What's something that, and you alluded to this a little bit, but what is something people shouldn't have to live without? Abe, Abraham, I'm going to start with you. What's something people shouldn't have to live without? I'm going to have you step up to that mic there. Yeah.
Something that people shouldn't live without. Connections. I feel like connections is everything. I feel like, because coming from Georgia to like Nebraska, I've like really changed academically and as a person, which was my goal. And none of this, like all of this happened because I decided to put myself out there and let myself be known, let my story be heard and stuff like that.
Sarah, same thing. What's something people shouldn't have to live without?
A family, a community, someone you can go to whenever you feel like you're going through hard times. Because sometimes if you don't have no one, you're going to crumble. And sometimes you just need at least one person to just tell you, like, it's going to be okay. Like, you got this. So.
I love how you opened up when we asked for a definition of, of connection and family. You talked about, when I said, what's your family? And traditionally, like I said, we get the answer. It's like my mom or my nana or this individual, da-da-da. And you talked about that Georgia, that neighborhood. And this may have been in the 4 years we've been in the space that somebody has spoken to that, not dismissing the other part, but, we were lighting fireworks and it was our entire neighborhood. And I know that is a great, if you're the Convention Visitors Bureau, like that's what you want. And I look at Harrison because I get it. That just kind of caught me off guard where I was looking for the specific. And I was like, well, tell me, do you have pets? And you're like, no, this was my family, the people who brought food and those type of things. What brings you joy? What absolutely brings you joy? Sarah, I'm gonna start with you because you had that smile on your face, like you're like, okay, it's that cabbage again. But what brings you joy?
I would say God, because in this world, even the things that bring you joy can make you feel different types of way. You can't really trust. You can't depend on your happiness being on something of this world. I would say God, because he'll always be there for you and make you feel better no matter what.
Thank you. Babe, same question to you. What's something that brings you joy?
Something that brings me joy is, personally, I like helping others. Like, I had this one track meet a couple weeks ago. I was running 300-meter hurdles, and my teammate, Jaya Olander, she ran her 300-meter race, and she didn't feel too good about it. She was like, oh no, my race, it was kind of bad. I stutter stepped, but I personally felt like that was a good race that she ran. And I just like had this confidence and this encouraging like thing inside of me to run my race for her. And I stepped in those blocks and I was like, this race is bigger than me. It has to be for Jaya. Like, there's no way she thinks that she ran a bad race. So I got in them blocks and I ran my race, stutter stepped, but I made first place in my heat. And honestly, it was all thanks to Jaya, because previously I had just run a 110-meter race for finals and I was already fatigued. But seeing how down she was, I wanted to like help her. I wanted to say, your race wasn't bad. Like, there's multiple things that go into race, but I'm going to run this race for you and make it better for you. And ended up getting first place in my heat. I did not PR. I did not like get a good placement. I got like maybe 8th or 9th or something, but I felt really good about that race. It was something that I did for someone. It was bigger than me.
I love how you framed that. It's like, it's something that was bigger, but you ran the race. You ran the race with your body, but you ran it for somebody else. Yes. And so I think that's something like not many people do. You went there and you said, I didn't PR. I got 8th, but I knew it was bigger than myself. And so I can definitely appreciate that.
Well, we just saw that with the half marathon. How many people were out there running for somebody else, and it's a really cool thing to do.
Well, and it's something it's a life skill.
Yeah.
It's something you can take on, past high school, past college. And Harrison brought a great example, seeing all these individuals, thousands and thousands of people. And I bet there was only a handful that said, this is something for me, not for somebody else. So with that being said, we're going to be back on this Mother's Day edition on 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score.
Nebraska is changing, and the decisions we make today will define what's next. The Nebraska Chamber Foundation has uncovered powerful insights about our state's strengths and opportunities. But this data only matters when it leads to action. That's why we've launched Go Big Future, a campaign to put these insights into the hands of leaders, communities, and decision makers across this great state. Our future won't just happen by accident. we must build it together. Visit gobigfuture.com to learn more.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Life happens. Unexpected bills, tough choices. Your car needs repairs, but your child needs new shoes. What do you decide? At Nebraska Children and Families Foundation, they help families before small problems become breaking points. They connect parents to support so they can keep working, so kids stay secure, and so families stay together. Help Lincoln families thrive. Donate to Nebraska Children and Families Foundation through Give to Lincoln.
Are you looking for a place to host company get-togethers, team meetings, or group events? Back 9 Golf in South Lincoln is the perfect place to host your gathering with private bays available to meet with clients while you swing the sticks and improve your game. Back 9 Golf offers traditional golf opportunities while also providing fun games and activities for non-traditional golfers on their top-of-the-line full-swing simulators. Learn about their corporate memberships today and gather your favorite groups together at Back 9 Golf in South Lincoln, just off of 14th and Pine Lake Road.
Okay, kids, Dad's gonna teach you how to dance. First, spread your feet apart. Then, pump your knee, nod your head, shake your hips, and bite your lip ever so slightly. Now, with one hand in the air, point at people with the other hand. I call that the rock star.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids.
Now, make a face like it just smells something bad.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
3, 2, 1. The drop is live. Screens freeze everywhere, except yours. You've been training for this moment. And with Allo Fiber's zero-lag precision, you strike first. No lag, no limits, just speed. Can your internet provider do that? Stay ahead of every drop. Visit allofiber.com/all-in.
MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their Contact Us page, and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
3, 2, 1. The drop is live. Screens freeze everywhere, except yours. You've been training for this moment. And with Allo Fiber's zero-lag precision, you strike first. No lag, no limits, just speed. Can your internet provider do that? Stay ahead of every drop. Visit allofiber.com/all-in.
At Cedars, we're here to make sure that kids have the safety and stability that every child deserves, where they're protected and where they feel safe. You make this possible. Today, more than ever, we need your support to be here for kids who have nowhere else to call home. Now through May 28th, make a big impact through Give to Lincoln. Give to Cedars now at givetolincoln.com.
Back to Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score. This is Peter Ferguson, and joined as one on the ones and twos every Sunday from 11 to noon with Harrison. We're enjoying, we were just talking, couldn't have been a better day weather-wise for Mother's Day. So again, congratulations, happy Mother's Day to all those individuals that are mothers, the individuals, the women who are experiencing their first Mother's Day, those ones who are looking at starting families, those mothers that are rising. We were looking at stats, and it says on the average age of those first-time mothers went from 21.4 to 25.8 millions in some places. And so like it's a significant number that are out there. We talked about the average spending. We had somebody that texted in, they spent $400 some.
Yeah, shout out Jordan. He put some extra details. If you wanted a shampoo vacuum, or what are those called? Shampoo vacuums, condition.
Oh,
You
yeah,
shampoo
yeah.
your carpets, and
Yeah.
he said I'd put a little bit extra on because I felt like that was not enough.
But Jordan, I'm not even gonna put Jordan in trouble here, because Jordan, like, she wanted it. Like, you should say, I got it for you, and I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
I get the idea though, because
Okay.
if I'm just giving my wife a cleaning product for Mother's Day, it feels a little bit backhanded.
Okay.
A little flowers at least with it.
Yeah,
at
yeah.
the very
Well, it
least.
said, the other stat there I saw was 75% of shoppers are doing the flowers, and then greeting cards is 74%, and then the special outing brunch is 63% of people.
That's what I was missing.
The
Take your
brunch?
mom's out to meal. Yeah.
Well, the brunch, you can got that if you want. It's not quite the brunch, but you can come to the mill at 1040 O Street.
Oh, 100%.
Corey will hook you up, a recent grad, and go ahead and take care of you. But we've got two guests in the studio, and now we added the third. And it is Mother's Day. So we did a kind of a combo hybrid show today with the graduates of 2026. We got Abe, Abraham, and Sarah. And then they have brought in the matriarch of their family, their mother, and excited to have her in space. And so instead of me introducing her, Abe, I'm going to have you introduce the woman that is to your left, that is your mother, to our listening audience. So take it away. I'm going to have you step up. I'm going to get that mic here just a little bit closer.
This is my mom, Patricia. I've known her since forever, like 18 years now. She's one of the strongest people I've known. I have many fond memories of her, and she's been my number one supporter, always coming to my meets. And even when she realizes that I'm down about my meets and stuff like that, she tells me to continue going forward, and she's just always been there for me.
Love that. So, Sarah, before we get you front and center, Sarah, if you were introducing your mom, how would you introduce your mom to others? And I'm gonna have you step up to that mic. Just right there. You go.
My role model, the person I look up to when I'm going through something, I think about how she would have handled it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. The person I really love.
Love that. So, Patricia, you're here in the space. You heard from your two of your kids. What do you think when you hear that from them, and you see them sitting here in the chair here in a radio station? They're getting ready to graduate, class of 2026. What are you seeing? What do you hear? What do you feel? And I'm gonna have you. Sorry about that. I'm gonna have you. There you go.
I feel proud seeing them get to this level, and that's all the effort I'm putting in. Like, I can see it's working somehow. I'm a proud mom. I would say that.
As you're sitting here, it's Mother's Day. You're here in Lincoln, Nebraska. They talked a little bit about your journey as a family. What is something that you're sitting back taking in of Mother's Day 2026 here in Lincoln, Nebraska, United States of America? Does that seem a little bit surreal to you? Does that say like, no, I'm living life right now? Just share with us a little bit about that.
Yeah. Well, it's been a challenging, but I thank God we come this far, and sitting here today, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel completed somehow. And I'm just happy to be here. I mean, moving in Lincoln, coming here from Atlanta, Georgia. I didn't know how it's gonna be like, but I thank God with them being this far with academics, and I can see how they handle stuff. It makes me feel good, like I make the right decision.
You know, as I'll say as personally, but I would say as the city, we are blessed and fortunate that you are willing to share your family with us in this space. I want to ask Abe, you know, your mom's here. We always talk about that mother's advice, you know, and the strength of a mom. What is a piece of advice that you have received from your mom? And it doesn't have to be verbally. Maybe it's been by example. Maybe it's been how she's carried herself in space. But what is some advice that you have received from your mom that will stay with you forever?
Advice that she said that stuck with me is just keep on going, push through. Like, things are gonna be hard, but that's just life. Like, I have many activities, and every time I tell her I'm tired, she's just like, "That's just life. It's better that you're starting to do all these activities because that's how it's gonna be in the real world when you're grown up and alone." Yeah.
Sarah, same thing. What's a piece of advice or wisdom that your mom has shared with you that you're going to take with you for the rest of your life?
Try everything you can and don't let anyone tell you you can't do something.
So each of you, you know, have taken that advice. You've done different things. What is something you have taken as a mother that you want to make sure that both of your kids take with them? And I'll say both of your kids. You have other children, but what is a piece of advice that you hope that they take with them that sticks with them the rest of their lives?
Well, I keep telling them and encouraging them, like, in this life, first, you have to believe in yourself, believe in God, and don't let anything stop you. And just keep pushing. Yeah. Despite the challenges that's going to come, and it still come, don't give up, and believe in God, believe in yourself, and keep up with the rules. Like, everywhere you go, find yourself in any gathering, just do the rules and you'll be good. Follow the rules and you'll be fine.
Yeah. And I think, you know, we talk about motherhood, you know, being such a blessing, and it truly is. I mean, I remember my mom, and I was watching a clip and it came across, I'm not a huge Duke basketball fan, but it was Coach Krzyzewski, and he was talking to his players, and it was a clip of talking about be as tough as your mother. Be as tough as your mother. He says, like, you know, he goes, I rarely went home and saw, he goes, I never saw my mom cry. He goes, I never, when I came home, is like, I'm sick. And your mom was like, well, baby, it'll get better. It'll get better. They're the ones who put that hug or pat the back, but who was saying that to them? And so what is some toughness that you've seen your mom show as she's raised you? And that piece of just like, you know, if I can be as tough as her, what would that look like for you, Abe?
Well, I want to appreciate her. So I'm gonna tell a story. I've already told this to her like some time ago, but back in North Carolina, we were going through this challenge, and it was just us. Our dad was in a different state, and we were living with these family members, and something happened, and we weren't living with them anymore. And it was hard because we didn't really have the finance, but my mom was very strong. She was taking care of 3 kids by herself. And we managed to find this apartment where we shared with another person who was going through the same stuff as us. And that only happened because of an amazing church that we went to. And every time I'm just down or like I'm just reflecting my room, I always think about how she was very strong to take care of 3 kids by herself in North Carolina, and how she's continued to still push forward and just be a great person overall. So I think she's really the strongest person I know.
Sarah, I'm gonna let your mom sit with that, but and I see that with some emotions coming forward, what think first off, Abe, and we don't say it often enough. We want to thank you, and we want to thank your family for being in the space and sharing with us, because that's not ever something that's easy. And as we reflect on the power and the strength of a mom, I go back to a poem as before we go to break, and it's just by Marcus Garvey, and it just says, "Where can I find love that never changes, smiles that are true and always just the same, coming not how the fierce tempest rages, willing ever to shield my honored name. This I find at home, only with mother, who cares for me with patience and tenderness. She from every human pain would rather save me and drink the dregs of bitterness. If on life's way I happen to flounder, my true thoughts should be of mother dear. She is the rock that nears rifts asunder, the cry of her child, be it far or near. I shall never forget you, sweet mother. Whereas in life I may happen to roam, thou shalt always be fairly charmer, to turn my dearest thoughts to things at home." And so with that, we're going to go to a break here on 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
What does it mean to be rich? Maybe it's less about reaching a magic number and more about discovering the magic in life. I'm Ryan Buck, your Lincoln, Nebraska, Edward Jones financial advisor. Count on me for your financial strategies that can help support a life you love. Because the key to being rich is knowing what counts. Contact me today at 402-483-0377. Again, that's 402-483-0377. And let's find you rich. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Is it time to replace your home comfort system? Call Bryant and save money in every way. Bryant provides you with solutions that save. Save big immediately with attractive rebates, and save every day with lower operating costs. Most important though, the systems are selected to fit you. The right system, priced right, properly installed. That's the way Bryant works for you. How much can you save? Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing for a free estimate. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Okay, kids, Dad's gonna teach you how to dance. First, spread your feet apart. Then, pump your knee, nod your head, shake your hips, and bite your lip ever so slightly. Now, with one hand in the air, point at people with the other hand. I call that the rock star.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids.
Now, make a face like it just smells something bad.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, "Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket," and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Mario fue pintor más de 30 años. Cuando me dijo que se le estaban olvidando las cosas, fue difícil. Un día me dijeron que pintara el marco del lado por dentro y pinté el lado de afuera.
Yo le diría a la gente que le diga a su familia lo que está pasando con él.
Si algo se nota diferente, podría ser Alzheimer. Es momento de hablarlo. Visita alz.org/nuestras historias para saber más. Un mensaje de The Alzheimer's Association y The Ad Council.
If you're looking for a workplace that feels like home, Midwest Bank might just be the place. We're hiring a personal banker in Lincoln who enjoys helping others and being a part of a close-knit team. With great perks and a community-focused mission, you'll feel right at home here. Porque aquí todos son bienvenidos. Apply today at Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer. Member FDIC.
Lincoln is full of great golf courses in a state that is getting national recognition for exceptional golf. Friend Country Club is worth the drive, just 40 minutes from Lincoln and home to one of the state's most respected 9-hole courses. Enjoy their restaurant with popular items like a 14-ounce ribeye, 10-ounce sirloin, or chicken fried steak. Open Thursday through Saturday from 5:30 to 10 p.m. Expand your horizons with a trip to Friend Country Club, just 40 minutes southwest of Lincoln. It's worth a visit. Where there's smoke, there's flavor, and there's plenty of it at the Smokehouse at Super Savor and Russ's Market. Award-winning old world recipes made in Lincoln since 1984 with many flavors of smoked sausage and brats to choose from. The Smokehouse has something special for every season: brats and sausages for the grill, beef sticks and beef jerky for snacking, and smoked salmon, smoked turkey, or smoked hams for your holiday feast. Stop by the Smokehouse at Super Savor and Russ's Market today to fulfill your search for real flavor.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, kids, Dad's gonna teach you how to dance. First, spread your feet apart. Then, pump your knee, nod your head, shake your hips, and bite your lip ever so slightly. Now, with one hand in the air, point at people with the other hand. I call that the rock star.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids.
Now, make a face like it just smells something bad.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Back to Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score. This is Peter Ferguson, and joined on the ones and twos with Harrison on a Mother's Day. And in studio, we've got Abe, we've got his mother, and then we've got Sarah, two of the siblings. And prior to break, I wanted to say again, thank you. Abe shared just a story in regards to the mother's toughness, and I think that's universal but also personal. And so I want to thank them for just being willing to be in this space and share that, and with us and myself and Harrison as well. As we finish up, Abe, you and Sarah are getting ready to graduate. Class of 2020. Say you got that big smile when that happened from Standing Bear High School. Tell us a little bit like what that is gonna be like. I mean, it's a fairly new high school. I think are you the second graduating or first? First, that's right. The first graduating class to walk across the stage. Tell us a little bit about that experience.
I'm not too sure what to expect. I'm just honestly ready to just graduate and just move on to college.
Okay.
It's kind of exciting, but at the same time, I'm going to miss all my friends that I'm leaving behind. Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
I don't really know what to expect. I'm just ready to go.
Yeah, okay. Standing Bear. It's because he loves everybody there, but it's time to go ahead and turn it over to others. Dr. Casada, who's listening, I mean, he loved the time, but it's time to go. It's time to go. Sarah, what about you? What are you looking forward to when you walk across that stage?
Yeah, same thing, I'm looking forward to just being more independent and just seeing the world like Yeah.
Awesome. Mom, what are you going to feel when they get up on that stage? Are you going to be, I know they say no noise, you got to give everybody the respect, but are you going to be up there like, that's my baby? No, you ain't going to hold me down. There you go, Sarah. Do your thing. There you go, Abe. What's the family going to be like?
Well, it's just going to be another beginning of another level in their life, which we want to see and how things will go in college.
Maybe you pull that mic over real quick. I just want to make sure we capture all that.
Oh, okay. It's going to be another level in their life that we wanted to see as parents, seeing them as a baby and up to this level. We don't know what's going to happen, but we pray for and we hope for a positive change and growth in their life.
Awesome.
As they're going to college.
Good stuff. Well, it's Mother's Day, and so we would be remiss if we didn't have something for you in this space. And so both your Sarah and Abraham have both. We remember when we grew up, my mom would read children's books to me. And I remember those moments of reading those books with the pictures and didn't have to get the long words and multi-syllables and everything else, but the images of who we were. And so both of them have a book for you, and then they wrote a message. And so I'm going to ask them each to give the book to you, but they're going to read the message, and then they're going to share the book with you because you were at a ceremony that they got books, and I wanted to make sure you got one. But Abe, take the one that you wrote the message. You're going to read the message to her, and then Sarah, you as well, or whatever portion of it that you want to, that you feel comfortable with. So Abe, I'll start with you.
What I wrote was actually I don't think.
Yeah. If it's personal, just tell her 3 or 4 words that you want to say to her. It doesn't have to be from the message.
I just wanted to say thank you for all what you've done for us, and I hope to have you in my life for many more years. And I just want to see you grow and see growth in myself. Thank you.
Awesome. Sarah, you don't have to read the message in the book, but what's something that you want to say to your mom here on Mother's Day?
Everything you've done hasn't gone unappreciated.
Awesome. Well, with that as well, they also have here, I'm going to give you all these. So they got all this for your mom. And so we want to make sure that you're loved on and that, you know, that you're appreciated. And so some flowers from each of them. And this is what I want to see. Anything you want to say before we close and have something that I want them to be by you. I'm gonna pull that mic because I want to make sure there you go. Perfect. I want to make sure we get that. Yeah.
I want to say a big thanks to you all and for us being here with all struggles and challenge. We still make it, and that's just me. Like no matter I walked last night, and I'm still here for them. Like no matter what things happen, I always be around them to support them. And I'm grateful for this day. And I will always be by their side. And thank you all for inviting us.
Thank you for letting us in and be part of your family. Harrison, while I get them situated, anything that you want to say, and then Abe and Sarah, I want you to get next to your mom. I want you to get out of your seats and get next to your mom.
Yeah, the best thing to say is I know Pete said already, but we greatly appreciate you guys coming in and sharing your story, just like we do with all the student athletes and scholars that have came in here. And it's incredible to get that perspective. And especially on Mother's Day, again, it's really great to hear these stories and some of them being personal too. We appreciate hearing them. And then again, being Mother's Day, if you're all out there listening, it's a great time to go ahead and shout out your own mothers out there. You haven't done so already, but of course, incredibly gracious for you guys to come in here and spend some time with us.
As we close, Harrison, I'm gonna have you focus on them because we got all of them around their mom, and you can't ask for anything more. That's what the ticket's about. It's about leaving love prints. And my angel always says it's not about what you say, it's not about what you did, but I always remember how you made you feel. And Mom, you've done that for them. So with that being said, we'll see you next week on 93.7 The Ticket, bigger than the score.
Thank you.